Hey guys, Fox here, and today we have some more rumors regarding the USL and XFL merger. Now, like all the rest we've seen, this one pretty much counters everything we've heard before, which is becoming a pretty weird trend, but it is what it is. So without further ado, let's get right into what the new news is, which is from Inside the League. So what is Inside the League reporting? Well, they're reporting that the official announcement for the league merger will be happening November 13th, that's just 9 days away, and that it will only be 5 teams from each league. They also are reporting that the play will begin in February, which not too surprising to hear, and that the compensatory draft will end up taking place before Thanksgiving. This is the first report I really hope isn't super true. Personally, I don't like the idea of only 10 teams playing. I thought that at least 12 would make it because it's an easy number and you're only losing 4 teams rather than losing 6 teams. But as long as they bring 10 decent teams, it should be okay. But the compensatory draft taking place before Thanksgiving, pretty bold to go immediately from announcement to that. So we'll see if this is true. Basically, every rumor we've heard before has almost been debunked in a way. So yeah. Now, like all the other reports, let's just look at and take it as if it's true. So if it's true, what 10 teams end up making it into this merged league? Well, I feel like there's 7 teams that are all but guaranteed at this point. The 4 XFL teams that James Larson reported on last week that would survive, being the Battlehawks, Defenders, Renegades, and Brahmas. Safe to assume that all 4 of those teams are safe, and that the 3 USFL teams that currently have a home stadium in the Panthers, Stallions, and Showboats are all safe. So it just leaves 2 more USFL teams and 1 more XFL team. The way I look at it is there's 3 USFL teams that probably they're going to pick from. The Breakers, Maulers, and of course, the Gamblers. The Gamblers are, if that rumor is still true. If it is, then they will be safe. They will be overtaking the Roughnecks in Houston. So I wouldn't be too shocked if that's true. Now, the Maulers sound like the other obvious one. The fact is they've become one of the most loved teams in the USFL. They just made it to the championship game. But the fact is that I think a lot of people would look at the Breakers and say that among spring football, they might be the second best team in all of spring football, at worst, third. And considering they have one of the most vocal fan bases, it's hard to see them not keep them. So I personally, if this rumor is true, would expect that Gamblers report to be countered, and instead we'd see the Maulers and Breakers stay, and then the Roughnecks would overtake in Houston. Because between the XFL teams, I feel like it's either going to be the Roughnecks or the Guardians. Again, with the Dragons, they're going to be saved for a West expansion. There is no logistical reason to keep them other than to say we have a West team. But having a single West team isn't all that great when you're completely butchering travel costs and having them by themselves. So it would be best to save them for a Western expansion, which would leave it being either really the Guardians or the Roughnecks staying. And every other team would be the really slim chance. Of course, the slimmest being the Vipers, but all the teams, like the General Stars, the chances of them making it to this merge league, if this report is true, are very small. So that's pretty much it for it. In my opinion, I think that this is the worst news we've heard if this is true, just because of the 10 teams. I feel like nobody really wants to see just 10. I feel like 12 is that perfect number of you're expanding the league by 4 teams in a sense, going from 8 teams and 8 teams to 12. But you're also only losing 4 teams of talent, coaching, and all that, because all these guys are going to have to go find other jobs or other football teams to play for. And I feel like that's just the best way. And I would also say that, at least to me, I feel like that if this is true, if a player in the USFL signed with a team that gets cut in free agency, they should not be in the compensatory draft. They should go back to being free agents, in my personal opinion. I think the idea of you signing with a team because you're expecting them to play next year and then they were to get cut down as a team, you shouldn't be forced to be drafted somewhere. You should be back as a free agent. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. This has been Zom Fox. If you enjoy this content, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. You'll be notified as soon as I upload any videos, as we're clearly still hearing a lot of merger rumors and reports and all that. Be on the lookout for all those. Have a great night.